live from the Walmart. Just got off work a little bit ago, and I don't think I'm going to smoke a pipe this morning, but I'd just like to say it's been a while since I've done a video, and I just thought I'd kind of explain why. One is adjusting to night shift and everything, is which I'm kind of used to that, but then I've had trouble sleeping and stuff of that nature. And big time change happened today or last night. Everybody kept saying it was Sunday, or midnight Sunday, but apparently the Walmart clocks changed, and so didn't the cell phone change. So apparently it was actually last night that the time change occurred. I don't know how many people out there feel this way, but I think I happen to think the time change is stupid and idiotic, and the politician that thought that was a great idea should be smacked. Good morning, viewer. Hope you're having a great, wonderful day and everything. I'm standing outside here, and it started to get a little cold, and I looked up, and I'll be darned, it was a snowing, like a wet snow. Sorry about this, folks. I'm going to have to plug in my phone on this charger I got. Story of my life. If I ain't half-assed at something, or trying to remember something, let me see if this thing's charging. Yup, we are charging and we're live. Anyways, had some good news to share. I got me a place, signed my lease yesterday, and I'm about, give or take, 5.5 blocks from work now, which is pretty cool. And then hopefully I can save up enough money this summer to where I can get me what I call a Chinese throwaway moped, and that way I can get on my bad motor scooter and ride. I'm going to say this is probably the warmest morning we've had in a few mornings. I don't know when my ride's going to be here, but kind of glad it's a warmer morning. It's warmer than what it was the day before last when I had to work and everything. I'd like to give a big holler and shout out to my friends down in old Kentucky. I'd like to say to Angela and her husband, what's up? Miss you guys. I also like to say also to my friend Daniel, who works in the personnel office down there at the Wal Mart in Alexandria. And also I'd like to give a big old shout out to JJ. You know who you are. And if nobody don't know who JJ is a guy that I used to work with. Hey, just give you fair warning, I'm doing a live thing on YouTube, buddy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I just thought I'd let you know, that way you won't be surprised or anything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a presenter. You watch YouTube much?
Heck no.
It's one of my cheaper hobbies.
Yeah?
Oh, thank you for the like, man. I appreciate it. Yep, got the new place. Don't know when I'll be moving in. Got a storage unit to clear out. I wish I could find a lot of needy people and just give a lot of stuff away. I gave a majority of it away to a friend's son and everything. I even seen a few the other night where they put some of the stuff I gave him to good use. It's happy to see that. Real happy. Oh yeah, and I'd like to give a big old shout out down there in Old Kentucky too to the front end manager Liz. She's a sweet lady. As well as an overnight manager. Um, Boy, there's a lot of names stuck in my head. I hate it when I'm trying to think of things and I can't think of them. Blah, blah. Jarrett Carr, that's who I like to give a shout out to. He's one of the overnight managers for when I transferred, and he's a good guy. I give a big old shout out to that dude. And also, I like to give a shout out to Squirrel. And Squirrel, you know who he is. He was another guy I worked with down there in Old Kentucky. You know who you are, Squirrel. And also, I'd like to give a big old shout out to my buddy Trevor, too, who I kind of decided to call the Fox. Oh, man. And also, too, I have to give a big old shout out to my dear sweet friend. You know who you are, too, and you're the sweetest person I think I've met down there. And also to my little buddy, my little brother down there, Shane, man. Give a big old shout out to him, too. Miss you guys, love y'all. And not this summer, but next summer I'm hoping to come back down and visit for a spell. And just in case anybody don't know, if you are or have watched any of my past prior videos, if you ain't checked out my friend Angela's channel, I'd like to say check her out, show her some love, show her some support, give her a sub, follow her. She has a lot of good advice about being young and married young and how to keep a young marriage going, as well as a little bit of everything and a lot about nothing. About like me. But check out her channel. I guarantee you'll really enjoy it. She's very intellectual. And also like to say too, if y'all ain't familiar with my cuz that's been featured on the show, I just like to say check out his channel. His channel's, I think he called it The Vaping Hoosier. If you ain't checked him out, subscribe to him. If you're also a vapor as well as a fellow YTPC member, or if you kind of do a little bit of everything, if you like things that involve vaping, check out his channel. He's very well informed, a very well informed young man. So if you could go out there, give him a few subs, and give him some shout outs or something, you know, and everything, because I'm trying to help him get subs too. Actually, I know one of yous that subbed to me, that are fans, have already subbed to his channel, and I'd like to give a big old shout out to Board Gaming Pipe Smoker. That guy's pretty cool. I'd also like to give a big apology out to all the YTPC out there. I'm kind of limited right now on my time and everything. I mean, I try to make short little videos if I can. Like I loaded the 2 videos about the vultures flying and everything, and everything. But I ain't done no pipe video in a while, or any type of talks about tobacco or anything. And not only that, sad thing is the place where I am renting at, the owner don't want people smoking in the units, so I have to go outside and smoke if I want to smoke my pipe. And so it's probably going to be a little while before I can get around to even smoking a pipe after I get moved in, and I'm in the process of trying to get things in gear to move in. One thing I'm going to do is before I move in there, I'm going to try to get my carpet cleaned and everything in there, because I mean, I could tell the guy kind of like tried to make it look presentable, but I don't think he really cares. He's just trying to fill up space. But one thing I found out though is this guy's very adequate about um, making sure repairs are done to the property or to any of the units. Um, I found that out firsthand because I guess in one of his other buildings this guy owns, um, he up in was having to put me on hold in order to fix that. And I guess he had two other things he was trying to get done, in a short time period. And one of his buildings, he was afraid of electrical fire happening, so he like evacuated everybody out of there just so he could, you know, trace down what was going on electrically, and so I'd say, even though the new place I'm getting might be a bit of a slump compared to what I was living in Kentucky, but um, he seems like a good landlord that's gonna keep things up, and you know, I might be living in a place that's more of a slump compared to what I was living in, but you know what? If you got a good landlord, that's worth its weight in gold. It pays for itself in the end when you add up the rent. Even though one of these days I think I would love to be able to afford to do a rent to own or something, on some property. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. One thing I love about getting off work and depending on somebody to pick you up is one, nobody wants to answer their phone, especially when you get confused about information about what time you're supposed to get off during a time change. It's like I get off work, but technically I ain't taking and getting none of that extra time for myself because I'm stuck here. But as soon as I can get moved into the new place, that ain't gonna be a problem because I can just walk about 4 or 5 blocks and be there easily. Even if it's a rainy day, I don't care. I'll walk. So, anybody else got anything new going on for them? I like to say, whoever's watching me, I like to say thank you for watching, tuning in this morning. Wherever you're at in this world, may you be blessed. I'd say I'd toast you with my coffee here. Though, it is kind of nice, seeing the daylight come around, I kind of like it. You know what's even more crazier is most of the time when my ride comes to get me, they don't even bring their phones with them anyways. I mean, granted, I know like a good many years ago, like even when I was still a teenager, on just about every corner or every major store or whatever, you could go to a payphone. Now those things are classified to be antiques and obsolete technology. Does anybody still remember the payphone cards that you could buy? Before they came out with prepaid cell phones, you could buy a little minute card, and go to a payphone, punch in the code for the card, and then hit whatever numbers you had to activate the actual card to use that minutes on the payphone. I remember I think I had maybe about 2 or 3 of those in my lifetime, all when I was a teenager because whenever I was able to run around and everything, you know, or be given that trust and responsibility. I remember Mom wanted to make sure that me and my sister had a way to, you know, if we got in her mind or got in some trouble, that we had a way to make a phone call to get a hold of her, you know. I never forget, though, the first time my mom got herself a prepaid cell phone, track phone, man, that was the biggest thing around, track phone. And, man, my mom thought she was, I remember Mom thought she was, you know, pretty hip, you know, with one of those. Plus, also, she had herself not one, but two desktop computers. One brand new one and one old, I think it was an old Mac computer. And I'll tell you what, man, she thought she was pretty cool. Of course, also, me and my sister thought it was cool anyways. Now my mom has an old school phone and old school track phone or government phone, Obama phone, whatever they want to call them. And she also has a smartphone. And once in a while we have to keep showing her how to use Messenger or anything. She knows how to watch her Netflix on it. She knows how to, half-assly do Messenger. Oh, man. Well, I hope nothing happened to anybody. Or maybe I hope they heard their alarm go off. Well, for 2 seconds I thought I was seeing a hearse go down the highway. Let's see. It's 8:04 and they're still not here. Story of my life right there. You know, it's kind of funny, you know. What you take for granted when you ain't got it. I really do miss being able to depend on a bus. I really, really do. I was more mobile and everything, didn't have to depend on a ride from nobody. And it was great. If I wanted to go to really 3 big cities, all I had to do was hop on a bus. I had access to 3 major cities, and one of them I had to do one transfer onto another bus, and that was it. That was going to Florence. Florence was my longest trip because I had to go down to the Covington Transit Center, wait for a number one. Unless I went super early, then a number one was kind of already there. I just had to hurry up and get to the bus from the transit center and then go to ride out the route to Florence. I miss it. I really do. I mean, standing out in the cold like I am now, you know, but at least I knew within 10 minutes or a little bit less. If it was running late, maybe 10 minutes. If it wasn't running late, sometimes you'd get there 2 minutes early than scheduled time, you know. But I knew I had a ride to work. I knew I had a ride back home. Except for those moments when I couldn't afford a bus fare, then that kind of sucked. But then I walked or I got lucky and was able to get a ride from somebody. But I guess I can't complain too much. I mean, after all, things could be a whole lot worse. But I'm excited. I got my own place again. Just a matter of getting moved in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say I'm going to end this now. And wherever you're at in this world, may you be blessed. And to all the fans, thank you for hitting like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for taking time out of your busy life to watch little old me. And I thank you all. Till next time.